Can you waste time on self-improvement? Absolutely. So how do you skip the time wasting part and get straight to doing things that actually matter? Easiest thing to do is learn from someone that's already wasted a whole bunch of time. That would be me. Chances are, if you're on any kind of self-improvement journey, fitness, confidence, relationship, communication, you're running into at least one of these 5 mistakes. It's not your fault. Most people do, myself included. And it's not because they're lazy or not willing to do the work. It's because they don't know what to do. They've never been taught how to get out of it. And I've been that guy. I've tried to change everything overnight. The one that goes completely silent because I didn't want to look weak. And for a lot of people, the issue is that they get so involved in learning about self-growth, self-development, that they forget to actually apply the things that they learn. They forget to live it. Luckily, that didn't happen to me. But the problem that I had then was that I was able to implement a whole lot of things and found out that a bunch of them were absolute garbage. Like a lot of them, especially the ones from the gurus, the online people that tell you how you should be doing things. A lot of it's all just fluff. It sounds nice on paper, but it doesn't actually help all that much. However, once I learned how to spot my mistakes early and reframe them, I started to actually feel stronger, more confident, more capable, and most of the things that I was going for. I can't say everything because then I would be perfect, and I'm definitely not that. So let's break these down, because it's not just about fixing mistakes. It's about also building a mindset where you don't repeat the same things, the same problems over and over. And by the end of this video, you'll know the 5 most common mistakes that every man makes when he's trying to improve himself. Why these things secretly sabotage you, even though they might look good on paper, which it usually does. But most importantly, you'll learn how to course correct before you crash and burn out. So let's jump in. Mistake number 1, trying to fix everything at once. It's the whole new year, new me. I'm gonna add in everything. I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. I'm gonna start working out like crazy 2 times a day, 3 hours a day. I'm gonna get super dialed in on my nutrition. My fitness is gonna be great. I'm gonna start reading a book a week. I'm gonna just go super hard and lock in like crazy. I'm also gonna start journaling. I'm gonna go to bed earlier. I'm gonna stop scrolling. I'm gonna stop going on social media. I'm gonna start building a business, and I'm gonna do all of it today. But here's the thing, when everything becomes a priority, nothing is a priority. So what you need to do instead is pick one habit that's going to build an identity, not just focusing on productivity. Oh, but Andrew, what does that mean? Well, let's say you want to start going to the gym and be fit. You have to self-identify as a fit person. It's not about going to the gym 2 hours a day. It's about going to the gym, period. You have to start living the lifestyle of a fit person, the person that you are now, after you've decided to change. The new person. Start small, stack wins, don't just chase after results, chase consistency, because consistency wins over time, especially if you're making the next mistake. Over-consuming and under-executing. Podcasts, books, reels, YouTube videos, all the 10 hacks to be better kind of stuff. Hey, even this video, if you don't implement anything, if you don't change anything after you watch it, then it was really just a waste of time. And you're doing all of this stuff, you're learning so much, but ultimately, deep down, it just serves as another distraction. It just happens to make you feel good as well. See, we tend to use information as a mask for a lack of action because it feels productive, it feels good, like we're making progress. But it's not progress unless we implement the things that we're learning. Information without implementation is nothing. So try this. For every hour that you consume something, spend an hour trying to apply it. Instead of listening to 10 podcasts, listen to 1 and then focus the rest of the week on implementing what you learned in that podcast. Because most men don't need more information, they need more action. And don't get me wrong, I totally understand the impulse to want to just keep moving, keep learning, keep growing, instead of taking the time necessary to implement the things that you have been learning. Because we live in a really fast-paced world and we want it all right now. But sometimes we just need to take some time, implement the things, let it assimilate into our behavior, become a habit, become part of who we are and our identity, and then we can move on to the next thing. So if you're like me and doing this is kind of difficult because you feel like you need to keep learning and keep doing things, if you can't listen to just one podcast instead of 10, then you need to make sure that the next 9 are on the same subject. That way they simply serve as a reminder, as a reinforcement to what you're trying to implement this week. And it's the same thing for books, videos, music, whatever you need. Use it as a reinforcement tool. Which leads us into mistake number 3, thinking that motivation is the same as momentum. We get super hyped on Sunday night, ready to dominate the next week. It's Monday tomorrow, just watched a motivational video. I'm ready to kill it. By Tuesday though, nothing's happening. You're done. Sometimes life literally just punches you right in the face. I get it. And suddenly that fire, that motivation is gone, because motivation is temporary. Discipline is better. Identity and obsession though are the best. And here's the fix. Build your routine for consistency, not volume. If your plan only works when you're feeling inspired or motivated, it's not sustainable. Design it to push past your comfort zone, get out of your norm, get out of your rhythm a little bit, but make it easy to do. The misconception is that it needs to be difficult to be effective. That's not true at all. And often the most simple things are also the most effective. Just like mistake number 4, hiding your growth from people around you. And this one's kind of sneaky because you start changing, but you don't want to tell your friends, your girl, your family. You don't want people to judge you, make fun of you. And I totally get that. But as a result, you end up isolating yourself, which can be okay for some people, but not for everyone. And a lot of the time, isolation doesn't help. It just kills the momentum that you've had. Because growth is hard enough on its own, it can make it even more difficult if you find yourself hiding. So just understand that you don't need permission, but it can help to have support. So find at least one person that gets it, that can help you be accountable, that you can hold them accountable as well. And if you don't have anyone that you feel like you can do that with, like I felt like I didn't, what I did is I just started posting on my Instagram story some of the things that I was doing and staying consistent at it. It was kind of like a public accountability to all my friends, family, people that followed me, is I would post those things, maybe a wake up time or a workout that I was doing, and I would post it consistently. They had no idea what I was doing, but I knew that I was trying to stay accountable publicly to what I had told myself I was gonna do. And guess what? It worked, but I still fell victim to this last one, expecting perfection instead of mastery. Maybe you miss a workout, you eat a donut, you yell at your kids, you get upset at your girl, and you start to think, I might not be cut out for this, and then you quit. But we have to change that mindset and understand that mistakes are not proof of failure. They're only proof that you're trying. So don't aim to be perfect, just aim to be better every time. Now this might hurt a little bit, but most men never become who they're meant to be. And it's not because they didn't want it, it's because they're too hard on themselves when it mattered the most, and then they end up quitting. You're going to mess up, you're going to backtrack, but it doesn't make you weak, it doesn't make you a failure. Really what makes you weak is pretending that it doesn't happen or it didn't happen because you can't face the truth. Everyone's self-improvement journey is unique, but I've found over time and through coaching different people that the traps are all relatively the same. The pressure to go too fast, the fear of judgment, the belief that you have to do it all alone. And if you let those mistakes repeat constantly, you don't just lose time on your growth and make it take longer. Eventually, you just burn out and give up. You lose confidence in yourself, and when that happens, you stop trusting your own voice. And that is when men settle. But if you learn how to overcome these mistakes, to name them, to identify them, to get clear on what they are and how to overcome them, when they do inevitably happen, you can show up better than last time. And that is where confidence comes from. Not just from results, but also from the refusal to quit. So if this hit home, even one of these, share it with someone that's on the same path. Let them know they're not alone, because it's tough, but it's worth it. And every step forward, even the ones that seem like they're a step backwards, are helping you become the man you need to be.